During a Sunday night sleepover, I was reading and acting out a children's book to my grandson Cole, then 7, seated on my lap in front of a glass coffee table in my living room. Perhaps I jiggled him or he wriggled. Whatever the case, Cole slipped out of my grasp. As he fell over, he whacked his forehead hard against the glass edge. His little body went limp, and scarier still, he didn't cry. "An ice pack," I screamed at my husband, who was in another room. "Get an ice pack." I scooped Cole up and started shaking him. Coley, wake up," I yelled. "Wake up." When he didn't respond, I screamed at my husband again. "Call 911. Suddenly, Cole jerked out of my arms and bolted off. I ran after him, calling to my husband to cancel the call to 911, as Cole dashed up the stairs, then across the hall and into our bedroom, through it and into the bathroom, locking the door behind him. I knocked, frantic to see how he was, anxious just to hold him. "Coley, let me in," I pleaded. "I need to see if you are all right." "Go away," he yelled. "It was your fault. You pushed me over." What? He could actually think that? Could he? "It was an accident. You know I'd never ever push you," I said. By then I was close to tears. My equally frazzled husband joined me and started cajoling Cole to open the door with the same result. "Did you tell 911 not to come?" I asked him. "Once you make the call, they have to come," he replied. I could hear sirens fast approaching our house, so it was a moot point anyhow. Then it occurred to me that I would be in trouble if Cole told the EMS people I pushed him and that he was hiding behind the locked door to protect himself. What to do? Tell Cole to say it was not my fault, even if he thought it was? I couldn't ask him to lie, but suppose they believed him. Before I could come up with a plan, I heard the dogs barking, the doorbell ringing, and loud knocking on the door. I went downstairs to open the door to 5 uniformed men, 3 policemen and 2 EMTs. When I started to say that we didn't need them anymore, one of them interrupted me with, "Where is he?" He's fine, I said, my voice quivering. "It was a false alarm. He accidentally fell off. We need to see him, ma'am," another of the men said, brushing past me. I led all 5 of them up the stairs to the bathroom. At first, Cole refused to open the door. "Coley, you need to come out," I told him. "There are a few policemen here who need to see if you are okay." As we waited, I explained as best I could what had happened. Finally, with more coaxing, Cole emerged. He stared at all the men, then said, "It was all Grandma's fault." "Ma'am, we need to speak to your grandson alone for a moment," one of the men said. I backed out of the room, my heart pounding. Who would they believe? My fate was in the hands of a kid, scared by the fall, but even more by my reaction to it. 5 long minutes later, the door opened. Cole stood between the 2 men with a kind of a cat swallowed the canary look on his face. He seemed oblivious to the egg-shaped swelling on his forehead, but I wasn't. "Maybe you'd like to get him an ice pack, ma'am," one of the policemen said. "Yeah, and an ice cream cone," Cole added, trying to hide a smile from me. "A double scoop of chocolate chip mint."